My recent unsanctioned activities in the underground have shown me two things. I'm not fit to govern the people who live there.
Okay.
And neither are you.
Okay.
Our opportunity to demonstrate our compassion, our solidarity, has passed. They're right not to trust us.
You're walking a fine line, Jace.
With respect, I don't give a shit what any of you think of me anymore.
Hey! Go for it, Jace. Well, he killed a kid.
Except you. You were right.
Oh.
You were always right.
Jace has brokered a peace with Silco in exchange for the Undercity's independence.
What? Nonsense! We have procedure.
I love that they're so mad at the idea of losing control over a city they didn't give a shit about. Because giving Zon its independence, it's a good thing. And then again, after that, they can take care of Silco and deal with their own shit. You know?
That won't be the problem.
But at least they won't have to answer to Piltover, a town that doesn't give a shit about them, doesn't understand them, and is trying to govern and discipline them.
Really thought I buried this place. But I should have known better. Powder! Nothing ever stays dead.
Scary. Powder is no more. No powder.
Are we alone? Want to know a secret? Silco thinks he made Jinx. With all his rants and his hard-won lessons. But he didn't make Jinx.
You did?
You did.
Yeah, when you left her.
I'm sorry, Powder. I never meant to leave you.
I always heard you. Shadows in the streets. Prickles on the back of my neck.
It's not the same.
Your voice pushing me. You're the reason I'm still alive.
The only thing that kept me going was the thought of getting back to you.
Are we still sisters?
Yes!
Nothing is ever going to change that.
Aww.
I always knew you'd come back.
What's going on?
Whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh, she made her little family. Yeah.
He took everything from us.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Right here, he stabbed Vander in the back.
Yeah.
Just like he planned to with me. All the time saying you abandoned me when he knew the truth.
Well, he thought she was dead, but it's true.
We're missing someone.
Okay, no. She has nothing to do with it. Jinx has an abandonment issue, and it's getting out of control.
So you got Father, Vander, and the boys.
Who's in that? Who's in that? Don't tell me it's Caitlyn. Did she kill her?
I paid your girlfriend a visit this morning.
No.
What did you do?
I made her a snack. Sheesh.
Well, I mean,
I'm not that crazy.
no. She wanted her to think this was her head, because I surely thought that was it.
Powder! Leave her out of this!
Oh man, she's so gone.
Where should I sit?
Like, there's no place for her.
Father is right
That's
there.
your choice, really.
She's not there anymore. She'd choose Powder or Jinx.
Make her go away. Please.
No.
Send her on her way in. And you can have Powder back.
That's not how it works for you either. You are Jinx. You are Powder. You're not gonna change that.
No! Powder, listen. We can just go. We'll leave and never come back.
Where would we go? No. She's not saying that.
It's true. We'll put this behind us. You'll never have to see him again, Powder.
Probably all.
Her name is Jinx. She's lying.
Dude, fuck
You'll be with her a day before she realizes you aren't that girl anymore and turns her back on you.
You wouldn't lie to me. Not again.
I'm not lying.
Shut
She needs time away.
We're talking.
The topsiders offered me everything. Independence, a seat at the table.
An exchange
All
of
in
your
return
head.
for you. They can all burn.
He's just afraid of losing her at this point, but you're not helping.
I'll never forsake you.
Drop the gun!
Oh, it could end so bad.
Please. Drop the gun.
I hate this.
Wait! She's my sister. Vi, she's too far gone.
She's still her sister.
She's playing with her, dude. She's playing with her.
She's probably, yeah, pretending to be so innocent and, yeah. Oh shit, that's so fucked up.
Now finish it.
Don't go.
Damn it, Powder! Wake up! Remember who you are! Picture Milo! Haggard!
Yeah, but they scare her.
Stop! Vander!
Don't listen to her!
Yeah! Lee!
Shit.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, did she kill him to protect her? Oh, she killed him to protect her.
She's still gonna be broken.
Oh no, he's still alive. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I never would have given you to them. Not for anything.
For all the shitty stuff that he's done.
Yeah,
You
that's-
know.
This is sad for sure. But she's not right, she's not okay, and he enabled that side of her. You know?
Because for him, there wasn't anything wrong with it.
Because he saw himself in her, I think.
Powder,
Oh no, no.
we'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't know. She chose. Oh, that's the photo of her. That's the thing.
Oh shit.
I thought maybe you could love me like you used to. Even though I'm different. But you changed too.
It's the song, by the way.
So
I know.
here's to the new us.
I am the monster you created.
Oh, the lyrics fit so well.
And I
Is
need
that
you
her
more.
cannon?
I think.
I know she has a
I hope you know
like a short cannon or something. Is that it? Oh shit! Yes, it is.
I'll show them. We will show them all.
What is that gonna do? Who's gonna die?
I support Councillor Talus's proposal for peace.
Is she aiming? Well, she's aiming at Piltover, but is it gonna hit like their council room
I think it will.
as they are voting for peace?
I was meant to be yours.
Well, she's gonna get what she wants. No. Such a good song.
Are they all gonna die?
Shit. Shit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Does it better not end here? Bitch. No, bitch. No. No. Fuck off.
There will be a
Fuck
season
off.
2 because
Yeah, right
of
before.
this.
right before the explosion. You stopped that here. Fuck off. How long are we gonna have to wait for season 2? It's gonna take forever. I think, okay, let me say one thing. I don't think Jace is gonna die, because he's a character in the game, and I don't think they're gonna kill the characters in the game like that. Like, he still has something to do. Perhaps if everyone else dies, he's gonna have to get revenge, I guess. But
Maybe if Medarda is gonna die.
sorry.
Because she was right in front of that.
I think she's
rocket.
I think she's gonna die for sure, because she's right there. But that also, and I mean, it makes sense because it will set him off, and it will set her mother off, who, it's her weakness, you know? She sent her away because she was waking the humanity side, the human side of her, you know, she was waking emotions in her that she couldn't allow.
Well, not the human version of it, the
empathy.
The empathy of her.
The love and stuff. Basically, the side that she deems weak, too weak to govern and stuff. So, if that side gets awakened with the revenge, you know, as the top, because I mean, you see, look what she's doing now. Like, she was starting a war because I mean, her son was killed, and the guy that did it is still after them. So she's starting a war for this. So what's gonna happen if she dies? Her daughter dies. I think she's gonna be a player. She's gonna be a player for sure. Like, they introduced her for a reason. And Jace, I don't think he's gonna die. I don't know about Victor. I think his story might not be over, because he's definitely kind of addicted to the hex core and what it can give him, and that's the worst, because we can understand why he can't let it go because of what it's giving him and how he's been his entire life. You know, he's been weak and his body has been broken forever. So now he's finally got a chance to get something back from his shitty, you know, from the shitty life he's been dealt. But it requires that sacrifice, and it killed someone, so what is it gonna do next time, you know? So we understand, but at the same time, and I love that he said, you need to destroy the hex core. So at this point,
he wasn't able to do it, so.
But he's still asking for it, because that was a fear of mine when he read, you know, in Sky's letter, everyone's gotta do their part. I was like, are you gonna just say, you did your part, and then I keep trying to progress with my body? Because that would have been bad. That would have mean like his addiction to the whole thing is too far gone, you know? But I love that he asked Jace to destroy it. The thing is, now that Powder has declared war, I don't think they're gonna destroy it. You fucking asshole!
I'm a broken character, okay?
Yes.
Let me cry in peace.
Yes, I love her as a character for sure. Vi is my favorite, but I do love Jace. Because I love a broken character. Yeah. And I mean, this whole scene of she's been abandoned. Like, it's all about abandonment issues. You know, do you still love me? Do you still want me? Can I still have a family with you? Like, she brought everyone, I mean, dead or alive, that she knew
that
at that
part
table.
Of the family, yeah.
Yeah, so she was...
By the way, sorry, but that table reminded me of the table in Alice in Wonderland with the
Yes,
gladiator
yes.
at the tea party.
Exactly the same. I also thought that she was...
Kind of fitting.
I also thought she was giving me, like, Mad Hatter vibes. So, which makes sense, because, like, she's got the rabbit thing going on, and, you know, in the first or second episode, I don't remember, there was this thing with the vinyl that Vander played, and there was a little girl with a blue dress or something, and I was like, oh, that reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. Which technically can also apply, considering, you know, she was rejected from her family, she was too different, so she went down into a circle of madness to kind of escape from that. I mean, there's more to it, but, I mean, the jinx of it, but no pun intended, the jinx of it is basically that. So, I love her because it's kind of like with Victor, it's sort of a state of mind that you can understand why she got to this point, and you can't really fault her. But then again, like, she is making decisions, and she's doing stuff that she's responsible for, so we can take her accountable for that for sure. But the broken way that she is, her broken emotions, just how fucked up in the head she is, like, that's not necessarily her fault, considering what world she was brought up in, you know, what happened when she was such a young girl, and it wasn't that she tried to kill people, she made a mistake, and then she was left alone to deal with it. And that's why I'm on the fence with Silco, because I love his devotion to Jinx, And I thought it was really sad when he died. But
it is okay. Like I said, putting aside the fact that he's a drug lord with the
Yes.
shimmer,
he is.
he's a criminal. He's a dictator, basically. He's a bad guy. Putting that aside, his relationship with Jinx, at first, it was really weird and cringy for me because they were really so close.
When they were introduced when she was older.
Yeah.
Because she still had that kid attitude.
Yeah. But afterwards, it kind of went more subtle with both of them, you know?
Yeah.
And
He did protect
I
her.
was able to see the fact that he really saw her as a daughter.
Well, the main reason
And she
why
saw him as a father figure.
the main reason why they are rebelling in Zon is because he won't get rid of her. She's making mistakes. She, the whole thing, they were fine, and then she made a mistake on that boat the first time we saw her after the jump.
Yeah.
And it brought attention to them, and then she went ahead and stole the gem, which he was taking advantage of after, but then the whole doing that led Piltover's eye towards Zon, which is something he didn't want and they didn't want.
You know what? I think that's maybe why she chose to stay as Jinx at the end, because no matter what she screwed up at the boat, she screwed up at Piltover.
She was perfect.
She killed Silco at the end, and he still said to her that he would have never handed it over because he loved her.
Exactly, and that's true, because when she made the mistake and Vander died and Milo and Clagger died, the first reaction, and we can't fault her for that, she was a kid, but the first thing Vi did was reject her sister. Granted, again, I don't fault her for that, but that's what Powder saw. Her sister rejected her and left. She didn't come back. Now, Silco did a bunch of shitty stuff, and, I don't agree with how he treated Jinx this whole time, because she's obviously hallucinating voices, hallucinating her dead friends.
That's trauma.
That's trauma, and that's not normal.
You need to take care of it.
You need to take care of it. Like, some people deal with worse shit and they live with it, and, it's fine, but it's making her do things, that she regrets later when she loses it. It's not, and I don't want to call that, it's a very dangerous line of thought here, but I don't want to say that, she's crazy or anything, but she is broken. She was hurt. And he is just enabling that side of her by saying, and I get it, he's saying she's perfect, that she's got nothing to change. Yes, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a wound in her heart that needs to be healed. So it's like saying, oh, you have that scar on your shoulder, but it's fine, you're still perfect. Yeah, a scar, that's great, but the scar has healed. She's still bleeding. Oh, it's fine, you're gonna be great, you're still perfect. Yeah, she's bleeding to death. And he's enabling this, and I think it might be because Vander treated him kind of like others are treating Jinx. You're too radical, you're too out there, what you want for Zon is too crazy. And I don't know truly what happened back when they were younger and when they betrayed each other, but it sounded to me, because some people are saying it's Vander that might have been the more radical of the two. But no matter who was the more radical, eventually Silco was the more radical of the two. And at the time, their views diverged. So I'm guessing Vander betrayed him because he thought he wasn't good enough. What you want is not what I want, so you're not perfect. What you want is not what we need, so he betrayed him. And I think Jinx is saying, yeah, am I not good enough? Am I not perfect? Am I not what you need anymore? And he's saying, no, just kind of like he wished Vander would have told him, no, you're great. What you do is for the cause.
You're
what
good
you do,
enough.
exactly. And in that moment, you've got Vi who wants to protect Caitlyn, which I get because love them. But Powder having her abandonment issue and stuff, she's worried that Vi might leave her. She's worried that her intentions might not be truly genuine, which I don't believe, because for Vi, it's her sister. Yes, she's a bit different. But it's her sister, and that's not gonna change. And I think she would be willing to go with her somewhere and just try to make her whole again. It would take time, but she would take care of her. I think she would definitely do that for her, but Jinx is too insecure. And there's the fact that, You've got Vi, who keeps calling her Powder, keeps referring to a earlier version
what
of
she
her.
used to be, and she's still rejecting this new version of her.
She's always been, well, sort of, yeah, by just calling her Powder, it's kind of rejecting what she became. And Silco was kind of doing the same thing by calling her Jinx and being like, your name is Jinx. Like, he's rejecting the Powder version of her. Yes, it's the same girl, for sure. It's the same girl with the same memories. It's two different personalities. There's one of them that was younger, a little more innocent, that hadn't done all these things, that hadn't seen all these things, and that other side of her is Powder grown up. And she changed her name because that's how she feels different, you know? So she's got a new identity that works for her, but one doesn't necessarily negate the other, and I think Silco was rooting for the Jinx side, and Vi was rooting for the Powder side.
But in the meantime, she was just right in the middle, being torn apart by these two.
Having to choose, exactly.
And
but
at
then
the end,
she kills Silco. She kills Silco, and she goes to him, and he's not doing like Vi used to do, what she did back then. He's not rejecting her. He's saying she's perfect the way she is. So it's not about Jinx, it's not about Powder, it's about you, and you are good enough. So in that moment, I think the choice was, I'm broken, you made me this way, which, by the way, the song, you guys, the lyrics,
So fitting.
everything was good in this episode.
I love it before watching the show because I've heard the music online.
Yeah.
And you were right. I didn't cry, but it was so fitting at the
It's
moment.
not I don't think it's a crying, well, I mean, some people might have cried, but I don't think for me it's a crying moment. It's a no moment of shit. Like, we had a chance here and no, we lost it. She made her choice. She went with the guy who told her there was nothing to change and he was accepting her whole. I do trust that he was not going to give her up, although I was hesitant at first. I was like, when you said it yourself, what does he like better? His daughter or his dream of an independent Zon and stuff? So it looks like he made his choice, and I don't know if he would have changed it in the future, but right now, I kind of believe that he was being genuine, and I think she felt it too.
In any case, it's too late to change his
Yeah,
mind.
it's too late. But the important thing is that she believed him, and she went with the guy that accepted her whole, the her that exists now, not the one that was gonna rebel against the version she apparently created, because she's the one that left. She's the one that talked in her head and pushed her, and she was a vilified, like, for so long, especially when she was introduced. Vi was this vilified version of demon. Like, she had that face of a demon on top of hers, and
it's so sad also that when she was trying to make Father Jinx remember the people that she used to love, like Vander, Clagger, Milo, her mom, her dad, all of those memories were kind of attacking her in her mind.
it's because they torment her.
Yeah.
Look what you did to us, you know, you can save us. Oh, you made us this way, you know, they're tormenting her because she's never...
We're dead because you were useless. You did nothing.
I think the way to clear that would be for her to forgive herself, but I don't think she's close to that.
That is one of the biggest difficulties for someone to do. To
I think,
forgive oneself.
She's never forgiven herself, and that's why when you remind her of these people, they are like devils and stuff, demons, because they torment her. You know, it's emotions that she doesn't want to face. It's emotions that she doesn't want to revisit. And Vi was the same, you know, for a while when she imagined her, it was always with that demon face on, because it's the reminder, like for Powder for a long time, I think she was like, Vi never did anything wrong. It was always my fault. Like, she left me because I did bad, you know? That she tried to turn that into, oh, I mean, you left me, so you're the bad guy. It's kind of a defense mechanism. Like, you're the villain, so...
You're the one at fault. I did nothing.
Yeah, but she always defaults back to, I did something wrong, because she's the youngest, and Vi was always the role model, and, you know, I think she's just afraid of being abandoned again if she does something wrong. And Vi is kind of telling her that she's, you know, rejecting her as she is now. So she's sad that she has to leave her sister and you know, that she can't be with her. But it's kind of like she's turning the tables and saying, you're making me do this. Like, you're rejecting me. Even if she's the one walking away, you're like, you're rejecting who I am. So I'm going to follow what Silco said. I'm going to follow, you know, his ideals because I want to be accepted as for who I am, and everyone should be, so fuck that shit. Starting a war. And the whole thing, like I said, it's such a realistic issue because in times of war like this, there's never a good or a bad decision. Like, I would say making peace is usually a good thing.
I would say in time of war, they might have a good and bad
Not
side,
in this
you know?
time of war. I mean, not necessarily. People are just trying to defend themselves and their families for most of the time, and it depends on the war. But in this case, the thing is, making peace with Silco would have worked perhaps, but I cannot help but mistrust him for the future, because what he said when he killed Vander, and it might have changed. But what he said was he wanted to make Zon a feared nation. He wanted them to fear Zon. He wanted Zon to be strong. There's nothing wrong with him wanting independence. There's nothing wrong with him wanting to stand on his own two legs and have his nation be strong and make its place in the world, for sure. But have it be feared? That sounds like a bad thing, you know? So I don't trust that once he would have had the strength he needed, that he would not have declared war on them just for revenge.
Probably.
Or at least to make a point. So I don't know. And then there's the way he treated Zon and the way he made Zon strong by making the drug its main export and main product and main everything.
But we did talk at the beginning of it that, yes, some people say that Silco's order wasn't all bad. That's what you said at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can understand your point of view, guys.
Well, some people
because
are pro Silco and some people are very anti Silco.
I'm none of the other. But I can understand why having someone putting order in a place, even if it's so bad, like what he was doing with the shimmer. Shimmer?
What do you
Yeah,
want?
the shimmer, right?
Yeah, the shimmer.
Okay, with the shimmer.
You're gonna change the white balance of the whole thing. Bye, BB. Sorry.
I mean, I think in a way it is better to have some sort of order in spite of riots, war, and
Yes.
more deaths, you know?
Yes, he did bring order, but my issue with
Were the
Silco,
people more happy? Of course not.
that's the thing. My whole issue was that it was the surface thing. You know, it looks like they're doing great, but they're just doing, you know, Piltover being this rich place, Zon being this poor place. There's a separation, there's a dichotomy, yeah? There's a separation, and he's making the same thing in Zon, a big separation. The ones that are powerful and wealthy enough to buy the drug, they thrive. You know, the ones that work for Silco, they thrive. Mm-hmm. The ones that don't have enough, the ones that don't have families, the ones that, you know, tried to follow along and became addicted to the drug, they're left alone. No one is taking care of them. There's a reason why Heimerdinger was walking around and he was like, shit, okay, this looks bad. There's a reason why people like Echo are still trying to make a stand. He lives in Zon. So, I mean, Vi has not lived in Zon for years. So, for sure, the cat, I don't know what he's trying to do. Sorry. So, Vi has a outdated view on what's going on in Zon, and it's tainted by her need for revenge on Silco.
Yeah.
But when you take Echo, he was living in there, and yes, it's true. It's tainted and is on his side as well because he saw him kill the people he loved. You know, he destroyed the peace that he had with his family. But he's the one that took care of everyone else. He's the one that took care of the victims after. So I think that, you know, yes, Silco brought order, but his order took a lot of sacrifices, and the people that were sacrificed were innocent children that he had no care for. Maybe. I think it's time for him to eat, so that's why he's starting to bother us. Yeah. Anyway, I don't have much else to say. I mean, it's complicated, but...
I don't know for you, but I want to talk about the horror vibe that came with Jinx's transformation, because after she was reborn with the shimmer in her veins, she brought some demons vibe. She's in the dark, she's disappearing and rapping someone else.
She was already unhinged, but now it was like the shimmer kind of made her even more unstable, so we don't really know what she's gonna do. Like, see, At this moment, she was pissed at Vi. She was pissed at Silco because she heard him say he might trade her and stuff. But instead of confronting any of them, instead of making, because I mean, even before she would be radical, but at least she would question them. She just captured all of them.
She made an event, and she also scared Vi by making her believe that she basically killed Kate.
Oh, that was because that's the vibe she was
I
going
love
for.
the fact that she played with the word "I made her a snack." Like she made a cupcake for cupcake.
Yeah, but
Basically.
she made her into a snack.
Yeah.
Was also, it could have been a possibility. And I was like, well, she's also a character in the game, right? So she can't die. At least not yet, because I don't think, if they are alive in the game, my opinion is that they're going to be alive in the show.
In
But
season 2.
unless the show goes someplace that's not related to the game. But at this point, I think it's too early to kill someone from the game. But yeah, visually, I mean, this show has been a 15 out of 10 the whole time.
Just 15? 100 out of 10?
Yeah.
Come on.
I have absolutely nothing bad
Sorry, guys.
to say about this show visually. The music has been so on point. I mean, some of you guys told us that it's the artists that did the songs for this, they wrote these songs specifically for the show, and I think it works so well. It gives a vibe to the whole thing. The characters' design is amazing. Like, the use of light, because they have such bright hair, because of, they use the hextech, which, flashes blue,
Or the shimmer.
The shimmer, which flashes pink.
I mean, the fight between Vi and, what was her name?
You know who we're
yeah,
talking about.
Silco henchwoman.
Yes. Which cannot be killed.
Their fight, at the end of it, we were seeing nothing, and just their punches with the gauntlets at light and her arm
her
light.
shimmer arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, just the way that they use colors to depict it, which is so
It kind of
beautifully done,
It kind of reminded me a little bit of the last episode of season 1 of Avatar, where the moon is kind of gone and everything is gray. But whenever they flash fire, that is full of color because it's the only thing that can bring some light around,
Yeah.
So the use of color was genius the whole time, and the visuals, the slow motions, the fight choreographies, and I mean, there's a lot you can do with animation. But you can definitely see why they took their time with this show, and I hope the second season is just as good.
Honestly, if you think about episode 1 to 9, which part did you say this part stood up to me the most?
I don't know. It's hard.
I think one that I can think of right now will be the fight between Jinx and Echo, when we see
Oh,
them being
yes.
kids and they're grown up.
Well, the whole directive choices in the scene was amazing. Like, they were amazing. Visually, that fight was the most impressive visually. When it comes to fight choreography, because they were not actually fighting, they were more dodging. Fight choreography wise, it's gonna be Vi. It's gonna be one of Vi's fights because I think she's so cool.
Well, she packed a punch.
I think that last one was pretty great. It's not the one I might remember the most, but at the moment, I don't know. I think they all stand. Maybe the one where she went and fought with Jace last episode.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Because, I mean, he was using the hammer for the first time. She was using the gauntlets for the first time. It was pretty badass. And I think when she fought the Silco's guys right before Vander died, that one was also pretty amazing. With the slow motions and the way they did this, because she's so small versus the others were so big and stuff. So that was pretty cool. But everything is good in the show, so it's hard to pick.
I think maybe, and some of you guys might agree with me, one of the moments that stood out for me,
stood out
for me, was when Jinx used the flare to call her sister back home.
Yes, that's my favorite
with
scene.
The traveling. That's
that song, like, it's Witkid who did
her
it.
And her ghost.
I did not recognize Witkid, but I love them, and I love the band. I love I don't know much about them, so it might not even be a band actually. I love their songs, so I have it on myself. I have some of their songs on my phone, and this is definitely one I added. The scene with visually, we're turning around her and we see Clagger and Milo. That's just so good. And the music at that moment. I think it's my favorite scene of the whole show. that moment with the flare.
You do know that some of the characters' design were changed compared to their own design in the game, right?
I try not to look too much at what they look like. I mean, Jace appeared different, as in he was smaller and stuff. But I tried not to look too much at the designs because I didn't want to get spoiled or anything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the only one that I can say with certainty will be Jinx, because I know that in the game she has those short black and pink short.
Well, she still has time to get
this,
there.
bikini top.
Oh yes, it's true.
And
Well, she's still young, so she has time to get to her explore her sexuality. Her sister sure has. Someone was telling me the other day,
What?
like, well, there you go. They excluded every lesbian scene in this episode, and I was like, are you saying I'm homophobe? Like, I don't. What? I rooted for them since the first scene they had together. And I did include their breakup. I think someone pointed that out. But, I mean, I thought that was fucking cool. Because it's not... It's one thing I really love when we explore homosexuality in shows. It's not front and center so important that, you know, we're going to push that as one of the...
no,
you know?
this time it was slowly introduced.
Yeah,
with,
it's just just
small comments left and right.
Because at first, like, you can actually wonder if it's just her personality, because she grew up in prison, sort of. But then again, you know, they start reciprocating and stuff, and the looks, you know. I think it was really well done. It was subtle, and then it got less subtle. But
yes, going back to the costume designs, the only one that I know for sure will be Jinx,
Tolkien.
because like I said, in the game she got those short shorts, pink and black, and this bikini crop top.
I forgot, because in my mind, this is the costume now.
But I think that they made a really good choice, because her design right now is more efficient. Like
More childish, more
no, you can't believe
innocent.
that you can't believe that she can fight with those clothes on.
Yeah, but
That
there's
she
also,
can
she's not
work with
overly sexualized.
That too.
Okay, do you have anything else to talk about? Because the cat is starting to eat the camera.
Baby, no.
Yeah.
I think we're done then.
I mean, we've sang the I don't even know how to say that in English. I'm sorry. We
Say it
just
French.
praised this show from day one because it looked amazing. It sounded amazing, and the story is mature and realistic. You know, when we can't really pick a side, you know, because it might have sounded like we picked a side, but truly, I can find good things and bad things on both sides. Like, no one is totally right in this story, and I think that's what makes for the best stories, because everyone is gray in reality. So I love a story that doesn't take us for dummies, you know. Oh, we'll give you one bad guy and everyone else will be, you know, the heroes, and because it could have been that for sure. It's inspired by a video game,
True.
which usually has that black and white.
Yeah, but instead we got those characters from Piltover and from Zahn, and both of them are making good and bad decisions, and we could say that Piltovers are the bad guys, basically, because they are doing
If you're
Zahn's
Zahn,
design like shit.
if you're from Zahn, Piltover is the bad guy, but if you're from Piltover,
Zahn
Zahn
are
is
the
the
bad
bad guy.
guys.
So, and if you're from Zahn, but you were betrayed by Silco, Silco's the bad guy, you know? It's all complicated, but I love those stories.
So thank you guys so much for watching this show with us.
And for waiting for us on the finale, because again, we wish we could have done it earlier, but we were
Yeah.
waiting on a wig from China.
All right. And we're so excited for season 2. We don't know when it's gonna come out.
It might be a while.
We're gonna keep an eye for it.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm expecting fighting between Zahn and Piltover, and fighting between us sisters.
An actual fight between Vi and Powder would have killed me in season 1, but now I'm kind of expecting one in season 2.
with your gauntlets and with my shark rocket cannon.
Because I
I
love
was
when
so
they're...
excited to see it.
I loved when they were fighting side by side, you know, back to back, but now I think she made her choice. She chose Jinx, and it's gonna be a fight next time. So Powder, I mean, Jinx might attack, Vi might not, because I mean, Jinx could have still killed them, and she doesn't want to kill. I don't think at this point she wants to kill Vi. She left them alive, both of them.
Yeah,
But she did declare war.
if Vi stand in her way, she's gonna attack her.
She
then.
might attack her, so it's gonna be heartbreaking. I'm not ready, but it's fine. We have some time to get ready for this season 2. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this finale with us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our looks, because, I mean, I'm sure proud that we managed to pull it off a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, and we'll go take care of our cat, and we'll see you in season 2.
Bye, guys.
Bye.